what I like about Dragon Ball as a franchise part two. So I'm trying to remember, where did I leave off? I think I left off around saying how I like the tournaments in Dragon Ball and how I can see the influences of the tournaments. I can see that Toriyama, first of all, rest in peace to Toriyama. I still love Akira Toriyama, and I'm going to try to say that in almost every video that I do because he influenced literally my whole childhood, my teenagehood, up to my adulthood. But I would like to say that something else that I liked about Toriyama is the tournaments, and I like how he wears his influences on his sleeves. You can clearly see that he's very inspired by Jackie Chan and those Drunken Fist movies, the Jackie Chan movies, and you can see that with Master Roshi, him calling himself Jackie Chun, my bad, calling himself Jackie Chun, and just the style of Dragon Ball, even the little music. And it's really interesting how he kind of mixes Chinese and Japanese culture into his story. And I always thought it was interesting because, like I said in the other video before, I like how he blends sci-fi and he blends Chinese folklore and he blends Japanese style animation, and he also blends in like you know Jurassic Park esque or you know the dinosaur age. He just like mixes all that together, and I really enjoy that. And that's something that really makes me like Toriyama because his world feels very unique. There's something I really like is when we go to the sci-fi aspect. I like how Bulma's dad and Bulma and them, they're like really highly intelligent. They're literally scientists, and it's like they create the little capsules. I really love the little capsules. You throw the capsule and a freaking car comes out, or you throw a capsule and a house comes out. I really enjoy the fact that that happens. It's just really cool to see. It kind of gives me a Pokemon vibe. It's kind of like how, you got the Pokeballs, which are literal capsules that capture Pokemon. You throw out your Pokemon the capsules. I like how they're very similar when it comes to that aspect. And I really do like, hold on, let me turn my heater off. It's already hot enough in here. But I really like. Hey, y'all like my shirt, bro? I freaking love me some Sonic, bro. And I've had this shirt for years. And I really freaking like this shirt, bro. But and I'm gonna do some Sonic videos. Y'all wait, and I'm gonna upload some of my old ones. But back to the topic at hand. That's something I really like is the whole capsule system. I also like how Bulma's dad, Dr. Briefs, he will create like all these different ships and stuff. I always wanted to see like the whole house. I guess technically we've seen the whole house of Bulma and her dad's estate. I guess pretty much seen the whole thing because they literally have like a garden in their house. In Dragon Ball, if I remember, we see Bulma's room. What else? We see Vegeta later on in Dragon Ball Z. We see Vegeta fighting, in one of the rooms. Because he likes to fight inside of that ship, which the ship looks so much bigger inside than it does outside. Like when you look at it on the outside, it looks like it's only like as big as my room. But when you actually look inside of it, it's like super sized. I always really love how Vegeta trains too. But yeah, I really like just the whole style of Dragon Ball. It's just the style of it is just really cool, and I really love the goofy characters. Like I really love how we really go on this journey, and it's like they meet like really weird characters. Like you have like what was his name? I think it's what is his name, bro? Is it Master Carrot or something like that? Basically, he's a character who turns any character that he touches into a carrot. I think he's a really freaking funny, clever character. I really liked Yamcha back in the day too. Like I thought he was just a really cool, badass character, and I always felt like they like left him in the dust and didn't do enough with him. I love how he's literally like a bandit in the desert, and he like flirts with girls, and they actually like him and think he's attractive. Like he's actually considered attractive in their world, and he's hella goofy too. He always makes me laugh. And I always love how it's like he has like that wolf fang fist. He has like the whole kind of wolf thing going on, and I always felt like they should have did more with that. I felt like they could have gave him like a really cool wolf transformation. And I ended up seeing a video of something like that. Like I want to say a couple months ago, there was like a video of what if Chi Chi kept training, and what if Yamcha kept training, and what if Tien kept training. Like what would they look like? And the crazy thing too is that Tien technically is still training. Like he has his school up in the mountains in Dragon Ball Super. Um, so yeah, there's that. Um, I really want to see more into their lives. Like, what are they doing when they're not chilling with Goku and them? Like, I really wanted to see more of that. I always felt like Toriyama could have got a little deeper into his world. Even though I will say there's so many fan mangas and so many what if scenarios on YouTube, and if you just go online and look, to the point where it's like you have your answer. You can find you an answer. Because I mean, there's so many different what if scenarios, so many different fan made mangas and fan made ROM hack video games and just videos of what if scenarios. Like I mean, you have your scenarios. Some of my favorite ones of those, there was one where it's literally like Xeno Boo, which is the one from Dragon Ball Multiverse, and Dragon Ball Multiverse is literally like the Tournament of Power before the Tournament of Power, and it's like 3 times better and 4 times longer, and it's pretty clear that they got the inspiration for the Tournament of Power from literally the fan manga. Um, Dragon Ball Multiverse, and oh, Dragon Ball Multiverse is so much better. There's people who would say that the Tournament of Power is 10 times better because it's the real canon story, and Multiverse is just fan made and it's just a bunch of nonsense. I'm like, are y'all on crack, bro? Dragon Ball Multiverse is fire. There's so many different stories in that, bro. You have Piccolo fighting King Cold, Frieza, and Cooler all at the same time, and then it turns out that King Cold is actually Captain Ginyu because Captain Ginyu stole his body. Bro, that mess is hard as hell. Then you got Piccolo. He's literally using Special Beam Cannon with both hands. I'm like, bro, y'all can't tell me that ain't hard. That's exactly the type of story that I wanted instead of Dragon Ball Super when I was younger. I want to say when I was like, I want to say 18, 19 when Dragon Ball Super first came out. It's like, that's really what I wanted to see. Even though I still think Dragon Ball Super, even with all its flaws, still has like good stuff to it. I like Jiren and all the fights of that. But I don't want to talk about that right now though. I want to talk about that later on. But there's that fan manga, and basically there's like a part where it's like Majub basically gets trained by like Xenobu is what I call him, where it's like he's literally absorbed everybody in the universe because there's a storyline where he literally how there's like a what if, because basically it's different universes and you get the story from all those different universes. So there's a universe where Cell actually won and killed everybody, and there's one where Boo actually won and just absorbed everybody in the universe that he felt like was interesting enough to absorb, to the point where he's not even a villain anymore because he doesn't even have the mental capacity to be a villain. And I'm like, bro, what? I'm like, why are we not exploring this in Dragon Ball Super? Like all of these stories, when I tell you, because it was literally feeding me what I wanted in these characters. That's why Dragon Ball Multiverse was so good. It's literally feeding me exactly what I want to see from these characters. I wanted to see more of Oob. I wanted to see more of Boo and what he's capable of. I wanted to see Piccolo become a freaking beast. And even with the Dragon Ball superhero movie, I'm like, the orange Piccolo thing, they just weren't doing enough for me. I always felt like Dragon Ball Super just doesn't do enough, or makes very strange decisions. But that's also with the Sonic franchise. We could really get really deep into that later on too, because the Sonic franchise, like, they're sitting on a gold mine. Why is there not a Sonic Adventure 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7? I have no freaking idea. Why are y'all getting rid of Child Gardens? The budget wouldn't even be that big. That's what I'm saying. It would even cost less money if y'all do what I'm saying. If y'all just made a game that was similar to Sonic Adventure 1, where you got 3 or 4 adventure fields that Sonic goes to, it's so easy to just make a game like that, bro. They did it with Unleashed. Let me stop. We're talking about Dragon Ball. Anyway, whatever type of what if scenario, what if story, like what if Cell won? What if Boo won? What if the androids won? What if freaking Goku came to planet Earth but didn't fall and hit his head? There's literally mangas of all of that stuff, fan mangas of all of that, and a lot of that is connected to Dragon Ball Multiverse, which is what makes it so freaking interesting and compelling. I mean, there's literally a universe where it's like a universe next to our universe of what if Vegito never defused? He ends up having a kid with Bulma. He has Brawl, and Brawl is strong as hell because she's literally Vegito's kid instead of being, just Vegeta's kid. She's Vegito's kid. So she's so freaking strong. Her Super Saiyan 2 is like Super Saiyan 4 level. And it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like her in Super Saiyan 2, she could be whooping like Goku in Super Saiyan 4. Because she's that strong. So I really love that that connection to that universe. And then it's like Pan goes Super Saiyan and one of the Pans gets killed. I mean, the story is so deep. I'm like, bro, this is what we need. What the hell? I love this story. Like, how the hell is the fan-made version better than the real version? Like, that story had me literally so deep into it. I knew everything that was going on. I knew every character. I had read every backstory. There was one day where I was sitting there reading all of it. And honestly, I think I was like 15 when I first started reading that, bro. I think it is that old, is it? I think it's that old, bro. I feel like I remember reading it when I was like 15, 16. Like 10 years ago. Well, more than 10. It was like 12 years ago. I feel like I was reading that as a teenager. But, yeah, man, like, it's just that in itself. And the thing is, you have to give Akira Toriyama credit because if he never made Dragon Ball, we would never get cool fan-made mangas like that. You know what I'm saying? Fan-made manga universes. I mean, there's one universe where it's like Broly fights Vegeta, and it's like Vegeta tricks him into flying over and touching this goo planet, and then Vegeta becomes the king of Planet Vegeta. Like, bro, there's so many what-if stories like this, and I'm like, bro, these are so good. Oh my gosh. Like, they're literally feeding me what I want, because I always want to see what would the Saiyans be doing if they were still alive. There's like a what-if story where all the Saiyans kill Frieza before he can transform, because they all turn to great apes. So there's literally like 700 great apes blasting Frieza at the same time, and he's trying to transform into his normal form, which is considered his ultimate form, which I always thought was confusing. Basically, the form that he's sitting in, that normal form that he has, that is like his, what's the word? That's his, what is the word I'm looking for? That's his, he created that form to weaken his powers, basically. That form that we see where it's like he looks kind of has little ears or whatever. I'm like, how are you even doing? How did you create a form to repress your powers? How did you even do that? But yeah, it's like basically like he's trying to transform into his actual real form, and all the great apes kill him before he can. Like, you actually see the panel and it like shows him like trying to transform and he gets killed. And I was like, this is freaking awesome. I was like, what the hell? Like, they actually listened to Burdock and they all turned into great apes and killed Frieza. That's so heat. Like, this story is freaking flames, bro. But yeah, I'm getting off track. Okay, I don't want this video to be 30 minutes. But the fan-made mangas would have never happened if it wasn't for Toriyama. So I love Toriyama so much for creating Dragon Ball. But other things that I like about the original Dragon Ball, I really like how Goku goes from looking like a little kid to just becoming like a teenager, and he ends up seeing the gang again, and they're like, and Bulma's like, how do you know my name? And he's like, it's me, it's Goku. And they're like, Goku! And Krillin's all happy, and Yoshi's, Master Roshi is all happy. I called him Yoshi. Y'all know what I mean, Roshi. I don't know, why the fuck am I thinking of Yoshi just because his name is a small bit similar? My mind always be doing annoying stuff like that. But Master Roshi, and you know something else I really like, bro? I like when we got to see Master Roshi when he was young, and we got to see Crane when he was young. I love that little arc, bro, where like Goku goes back in time and meets Master Roshi as a young dude. That was so freaking cool, bro. I want to see more of that too. Like, why did we never get that, bro? That would have been a fire movie. There's so many movies like that. Like Dragon Ball, even though Dragon Ball is huge as hell, it could, like, the world could be expanding into being like the size of One Piece. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could literally be that big. That's why I really like the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, because we got to see more backstory of like Raditz, Vegeta, and like Nappa, and we see them when they're like little kids. Like, Nappa's an adult still, but like Vegeta and Raditz are like little kids. It's like, I really love that in Dragon Ball Super Broly, the movie. And then we get to see Frieza, and he's like red now instead. Like, Dragon Ball Super Frieza is like red. We see King Cole, we see the Ginyu Force and all of them. That was a really good movie. A really good. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Like that movie had me entertained throughout the whole movie, and I really like the new Broly a lot. Dragon Ball Super Broly is really cool. I like how he has like a Tarzan kind of feel to him, and he doesn't feel like he's a douche. Like he doesn't feel evil to me. It just feels like he's kind of, kind of inept and doesn't really know how to talk and speak and stuff because his dad was controlling him and repressing him so much. But at the same time, his dad wanted him to be like a fighting machine. His dad like contradicts himself because it's like he wants Broly to be strong and powerful, but he also wants to control everything that Broly does. And he's seen Broly's untapped potential. Broly literally was one of the strongest, because he's a legendary Super Saiyan. It is what it is. I'm glad that we finally got like a answer to that one, to like a form. You know how they have like the form where basically it's like you have the power of a great ape, but you don't turn into a great ape. You absorb that power and have it. I like how we have that now, so we know what that is. That's pretty cool. Um, you know, I I do try to. I do wish that the other Saiyans of the other universe, like Kaba and freaking Caulifla and Kale, I wish they had tails, and I wish they were a little more muscular looking. I like how Kale is muscular when she like changes into her new form, but I also kind of wish that they didn't look like teenagers, and I wish they were a little more older. Like I wish Caulifla was more like, I want to say 22 years old, and like Kale is like 24 and Kaba is like 20. I would like that just a little bit more, and I really want to see more of. I want to see Planet Sadala. We get to see like a small bit of it in the Super manga, but I'm like, I want to see more of that, bro. Um, but yeah, I like how the Saiyans are a little different in the other universe. I really okay. So even though I'm skipping ahead in Dragon Ball Super, it's like I really love the whole idea of Kaba being trained by Vegeta. Like I really love that so much. Like it's just cool, bro. I'm like Vegeta was teaching him how to fight when they had that little tournament, way before the Tournament of Power, the little Beerus versus freaking Champa tournament. It's like I really like how he trained him and like actually helped him become a Super Saiyan. That was like the coolest thing to me, bro. And then I liked how in the Tournament of Power, I love how Goku is training the girls. I love that. Like nobody talks about how cool that is, bro. Like they're like, oh, we're gonna turn Super Saiyan 3, and I was like, that was cool to me, bro. Like as much as people hate Caulifla and Kale, I was like, that was so cool, bro. And Goku's like training them, bro. I don't care. That mess was fire, bro. Um, but yeah. What else I like about Dragon Ball? I'm talking about all this other stuff. I'm just excited, bro. Like, what else I like about Dragon Ball? Dragon Ball. Oh, I love freaking King Piccolo, and I love the little King Piccolo arc where we fight, where Goku fights Tambourine and fights all of his little his sons. He shoots off the eggs and has like these baby versions of Namekians. I really like that, and I like how Goku fights them. I like how Goku avenges Krillin because Krillin dies. And I love how Yajirobe literally beats one of them and then eats him. That's freaking hilarious. Yajirobe is him back in Dragon Ball. Like, he actually was kind of cold. I like Yajirobe. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like him. And I like, what is it? Is it Korin? I think was his name. Again, I'm going off the top of my head. I'm not using everybody literally uses Wikipedia and uses their phones and all that stuff. I'm literally talking unscripted. So I'm going to get names wrong. I might even get the names of moves wrong and stuff. This is just straight up off of memory. Because everybody else be cheating. They be trying to study up on this stuff all the time. I don't study this stuff. I just be talking off the head and be going off of memory, of when I watched Dragon Ball, which was like, I want to say a couple of months ago. Because I tried to watch it again. Yeah. Let me spray it here a little bit. It ain't stinky, but I just want to spray anyway. I'm a clean freak, y'all. Like when it comes to like smells and stuff, like, I don't like nobody smelling like ass. Like I will put on cologne on myself so many times and take so many dang baths. I just don't like stinkiness. But I do love the story of King Piccolo and Goku fighting King Piccolo and beating him, and then fighting Piccolo Jr., which is our Piccolo now that we have, who we just call Piccolo. And him actually, them fighting each other, and then him letting Piccolo leave, and then in Dragon Ball Z, he comes back, and we get to see like what happens after that. I really like that. And then I like that little filler episode where we actually get to see Grandpa Gohan. Oh, I forgot about Grandpa Gohan, bro. I like when Goku was at what's her name? I think it's Baba. I think that's her name. Baba, the little witch. He's like Goku's over by where she lives, her little area where she lives, and he's like fighting all these different people. He fights like the Invisible Man, and then it's like he fights this guy in a mask, and then we find out it's actually Grandpa Gohan. That was so freaking cool. I also would say this too: Dragon Ball has a sense of style to it that's very recognizable and very unique and cool looking. Like Grandpa Gohan as an action figure with his mask on. Honestly, I bet you there's one out there, and it looks badass. It's just like Grandpa Gohan just looks really cool. You know what I'm saying? Um, but that's all I have to say in this video. This video is a little too long. I said I was going to do like 8-minute videos, but I had so much to say in this video. But like, comment, subscribe if you guys are enjoying this video. And remember, you are loved, you are cherished. I appreciate you for watching the video. You guys take care. Have a good day. Peace and blessings and love.